Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Arcadia server. So in this episode we are just gonna be working on beautifying this area, possibly doing a little bit more over at the pond here. Just also getting this area really nice and done. There are a few little decorations or empty spots that I have, so I want to kind of finish up this section around this side of the pot. And I will possibly be continuing on with this little park I have. I'm probably gonna put in a fountain, a nice tree, just a little bit more greenery right around here. And we will maybe get a bit more done on our little stuff on the city. So that is the plan for this episode. We're just gonna be continuing on with the current projects I have and not start any new ones. So I really did not get a lot extra done here. Like I've got this little flower garden. That's just about all of the extra stuff that we have going on because well, we started doing a little bit more in the shopping district with roads and more of decorating. So we are gonna go over there for our bone block shop, do a little bit over there, and possibly a little bit more in the shopping district. So here we are at the bone block shop. So as you can see, someone put in a pot and a little bit of lighting. I might switch it out because while I do like it, I do want a vibe. And as you can see, a lot of stuff has happened over here in the shopping district, and honestly, it all is starting to look absolutely amazing. But I do want to spice things up here a bit because as much as I love the simplicity of just having the skull, I do think we need a little bit more. So I'm gonna get a little bit of decoration going and I'll come back to you guys. So all of the audio in this clip did not work, so I'm just gonna try and say so. I wanted it to have like a little bit of a more grayish biome, and I personally really like the trees I did. Mostly none of this is gonna match up with the video, but that's fine. I went for like the moss theme to really make it feel a little bit eerie, just like the bones. And that is basically the vibe. I might change the path, that might actually still be the next clip. But for now, this is what I did around it. I personally enjoy it, and I hope others will also enjoy the look that it has currently around my shop. So I did a little bit more behind the scenes planning with like where we probably want roads to go, a few ideas of where we want switching points, and possibly a nice big tree. But I also changed out and added the rest of the path. So I really I wanted it to be a little bit more simple, a little bit with more darker spotches than what Nusi's path currently has. So I kind of just switched it a little bit from with the mushroom blocks and the dirt over to with our concrete powder and wool. And I do think that it has a really nice transition over this relatively small area to really just make it feel like it's still connected nicely. Because that is one thing that I am a big fan of, is not to have like abrupt endings in your path, as it usually gets blended a little bit, especially with little changes like these. If I were to say go from this road to like a brick road, I would definitely put like a harsher edge in and then possibly make it look like nice so that it's meant to be there. But for this smaller changes, I think it makes sense to blend it in a little bit. But with all of this little planning and adding a few ways of where we can possibly have roads to other further shops that still did not have the road, I think that we are currently done here in the shopping district. So we are gonna go over to the next project and get a little bit more progress with that. Well, I said we we're not gonna be doing a new project. But I was just thinking recently about what I want to do for this area, and then inspiration hits. So, of course, in this area, I want to kind of transform this to make it a villager safe area. So, possibly a nice wall to separate it from the rest. So, it's gonna be kind of like a little village inside of a city. I kind of want to make this feel like this was the old town center. And I had the inspiration for that, so we are gonna be starting with that. And I will be doing a few buildings, gonna have to tear down a few things. But once I have gotten a little bit of progress done, I will come back to you guys. So this is the first building. I really like it. I went for a little bit of a different yet similar style. I kept a few details the same, like the roof is the same, having fence gates for windows is the same as I have right over there. But it is still quite a bit different, specifically the roof and how I'm gonna be doing the walls. Because in this village I am mainly going to be sticking to either mangrove on the walls or cherry. I really want to just give it two colors on the walls and just make it more colorful on the inside and with details on the outside. So I really only detailed the top floor first. Just a really nice cozy place where villagers gather around the bed, of course. Just a really nice cozy living area with basically everything you need. Little kitchen, sleeping area, sitting area, books, storage. And with this outside access, I can really make this lower part really feel more like a shop without the need for like private stairs. Because, well, they have them on the outside. And with this little porch like area, they can just go up while staying almost completely dry. Well, depending on how the rain would fall in real life. This would not be completely dry, but that's not the point here. They would be basically dry. So I am probably gonna leave like the bottom for empty for now. If you have any little shop ideas I could put in there, please do comment them and I'll see if I can build them. But I am also gonna be building more of these houses now. So I think most of them will be either 2-story or 1-story, really depending on how I think it will look. And I think most of them will follow the same style with having outside access to the top part, a little bit of a porch, and I will obviously make a little garden back here for the owner of the house. So yeah, those are my plans. So I'm gonna get started with doing a little bit more and I'll come back to you guys. So I have built the second house, which is cherry. So I'm gonna be using cherry and mangrove as the walls. And of course the rest is gonna stay the same. But I do want two different color houses to not make it look as monotonous. Now, this house is technically two. So we have this bottom one, very nice and cozy. I have not put in windows, that is for later. But I also have the top house, which is also nice and cozy. Now I also have this little attic-like space, but I'm not sure which house to put it in, this house or the bottom house. So I would like for you guys to tell me. And also, again, if you have an idea about what you want in it, please do tell me, as it does help me a lot. And, well, as you can see, I also built a little pot. So I'm just going for a simple combination of wool and the grey concrete. Of course, both grey. And then the deep slate slabs or stairs, depending on what I want, for a nice step up. I really do like the way this looks. But I have I need ideas for, well, the interiors, because like I can do houses everywhere, but I also want other things. The only thing that I do want for at least one of them is to use a brewing stand as a sort of focus, because I have one of the clerics I believe they were called running around here. Currently I have the broom stand just in a chest. But I do want him to have like his own little workspace. But that is all we are gonna be doing on this project in this episode. So that is all the time we have for today's episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that was a really dumb move, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.